My name is Emily and I'm a manager in Hugessen's Toronto office. At Hugessen, what I do is I help boards make informed decisions about everything in the scope of executive compensation, board governance, director compensation, incentive design, really everything in the scope of the compensation committee. That's one of the things that I most enjoy, is that we work with our teams internally, but also externally. It's a very collaborative approach with our clients. So we're not telling them what to do, we're helping them ask the right questions. We're helping them get to where they want to be by using their compensation programs or their incentive programs as a tool. So it is a very collaborative approach, I would say, externally as well. What I think is special about Hugessen when I look to the service that we provide our clients is that we have a really tailored approach, and everything is rooted in the business need and in the guiding principles. So we spend a lot of time at the beginning getting to know the people that we're working with, getting to understand what they're trying to accomplish, and then that's what drives our incentive program design and all of the work that we do. It's not off the shelf, it's not necessarily what we've seen before. It's very specific to their needs, and that's what makes it really interesting and challenging on an ongoing basis. I think it also means that we have the flexibility to come up with creative solutions to really complicated problems, and I think that's kind of where we thrive as a firm, is in the really complex, never seen before situations where we can dig in and find something unique that really works. Directors are under more scrutiny now than they ever have been before. I think that scrutiny has always been in the realm of compensation, particularly the chair of the compensation committee. That committee has attracted more scrutiny over time, and the responsibility of the chair has become even greater. More so now than ever as well, it's your personal brand as a director that becomes important, and I think that's what we're seeing a little bit more focus on. Trying to figure out as a director that you can feel confident in the choices that you're making and the direction that the company's going, and you're associated with that, and as a professional director that stays with you, and so there's this extra pressure. One of the most important things you can do is get everyone's view early and often, and make sure there are no surprises. This is something that you'll probably hear from my colleagues as well, the early and often, no surprises. Compensation itself is a topic that holds a lot of tension. So what we try to do is make sure that we hear everyone's perspective at the beginning. They feel as though their voice has been heard. Whether it makes its way into the final solution is another thing, but they had an opportunity to voice their opinions. And we can also get creative and try to figure out if we can do something that maybe they haven't seen before that accomplishes a whole bunch of the different items on their checklist. The other thing that's really useful that we always do is rooted in the guiding principles, because at the end of the day, generally, there's pretty good alignment in what they're trying to accomplish. If you can align at the beginning on what you're trying to get out of this, and the principles, the philosophy, the rest of it becomes quite a bit easier. So in particular, a lot of the work that I've done relates to go public events, whether that's an IPO or an RTO, and also M&A activity, strategic reviews, those kinds of special situations where a company really has to dig in and figure out whether their incentive programs are structured appropriately to get where they want to be. What I find really rewarding in this role is bringing clarity to really complex situations. Turn something that feels like a challenge into something that feels like an opportunity and a tool, something that helps them get where they're going instead of something that keeps them up at night. I also find it really rewarding to make connections with my clients, with the management teams and the directors, with my colleagues. Those relationships, you learn so much from them, and I find that really rewarding.